I'm adding turmeric or curcumin, which is the compound found in there that actually is so beneficial, in capsule form to my supplement stack. Citing from examine.com, one of the best known websites when it comes to supplementation, curcumin is the primary bioactive substance in turmeric. It has anti-inflammatory properties and there is a decent evidence that it can alleviate various conditions, from chronic pain to depression. Curcumin has poor bioavailability on its own and thus is often combined with black pepper or with lipids. What is curcumin? Curcumin, a yellow pigment found primarily in turmeric, a flowering plant of the ginger family best known as a spice, and used in curry, is a polyphenol with anti-inflammatory properties and the ability to increase the amount of antioxidants that the body produces. Curcumin and the curcuminoids found in turmeric can be extracted to produce supplements that have a much higher potency than turmeric. However, curcumin is absorbed poorly during digestion, so a myriad of different formulations have been created to improve its bioavailability. Out of 4 public intellectuals or biohackers, we take a look at Andrew Huberman. So I found no evidence that he takes it, and I also didn't listen to him talking about turmeric too much, or I just can't remember it. David Sinclair, also basically the best known longevity scientist as of now, I would say, he also seemingly does not take it. I didn't find a listing where he does. Brian Johnson, who tries to rejuvenate himself with about $2 million in a given year, he takes 1 gram of turmeric with piperine, as stated or listed on his website blueprint.brianjohnson.co. If we follow the link on his website, then this leads us to Amazon, at which we find this specific compound of turmeric, or this specific listing of turmeric, which seems to be sold out, maybe because of Brian Johnson's traffic, I don't know. Despite this is an US listing. I'm not living in the US, so therefore I bought something different, which is turmeric in capsule form. In Germany, turmeric is called curcuma, which is very similar to the actual active compound, which again is curcumin in English. So now this is German listing and German reading, so therefore this won't be that useful to you, I guess, unless you are also happen to be German. So this is the backside with the different ingredients we have, but I will also translate them in English now. The last public intellectual or biohacker or whatever you want to call him, Thomas de Lauer, he takes curcumin or turmeric and he also pours it into his food and coffee and so on, as he recently mentioned. I couldn't find exactly how much he takes. I only can remember what he said in his videos. But it at least seems to be a staple in his supplement stack and has been maybe for months and years. I first heard about the potential health benefits of turmeric in many different books, such as, I think, The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss, where he mentions like 10 different benefits of turmeric, like preventing Alzheimer's, not preventing, but positively influencing the likelihood of you getting Alzheimer's. So I began to take it. Actually already a few years back. So I usually just got the normal powder and I just put it into my food. Whenever I made an omelette, for example, I just also put a little bit of turmeric in. I also happen to like curry a lot, so therefore I usually take curry, and curry, one of the ingredients of curry, it's kind of a spice mix, is turmeric. Now, I did try to standardize it to maybe 1 gram or maybe even 1 teaspoon, which usually equates to 3 grams depending on the density of the powder you're trying to measure. But the problem is, I think turmeric on its own has a very bitter taste, and sometimes if I just take it on its own, there seems to be a reaction from my body that is similar to maybe not liking the food, basically making me kind of slightly sickish. For this reason, I didn't really take it, so my consistency of taking it was not really there. So I would have had 2 options, either take it or not take it, and I chose to take it. So therefore I searched for a different form, and the different form that was obvious would be a supplement. Because I already take a few other supplements, this stacks up in terms of money, but it also stacks up in terms of time, and of course you also have to remember to take all these supplements. What I currently take is 1 gram of creatine. I also take 2 grams of EPA, which equates to 4 capsules of these. The 2 grams recommendation stems from mostly Andrew Huberman, who talks about in his podcast again and again. Then I also take 1 vitamin capsule. And I also additionally take another thing that has also vitamins, but I mostly use it as electrolyte because currently I do not have. I just in the normal drugstore and also in normal grocery stores, you just don't find good electrolyte supplements. And since I started intermittent fasting a few years back, and I often had problems with the keto flu, which is basically a symptom that results out of an electrolyte imbalance that is induced by fasting, because in the beginning at least my body wasn't used to not eating, and there are a few things connected to not eating, such as where do you get your water from, where do you get your sodium and potassium levels from. So I do take one of these, which also just is available at the grocery store, and it also has a few minerals in it. But I also did get actual electrolytes now, which I will also take in supplemental form. Now this specific listing lasts for 4 months. It has 1 capsule per day, or the dosage is 1 capsule per day. It has turmeric extract, 500 milligrams per capsule. It also says it very big here. 500 milligrams of turmeric, and of which are curcumin 475 milligrams. So you basically don't take a lot of the actual turmeric, but you just take the extract itself, which has a higher potency. And according to the information listed at least on Amazon, the potency equates to a turmeric powder amount of 25 grams or 25,000 milligrams. We also find 20 milligrams of ginger in here, as well as black pepper extract, which is equivalent to 600 milligrams of black pepper. So it's 30 to 1 in terms of its potency. And it's 20 milligrams, I don't know if I already stated this. So the curcuma extract or turmeric extract is 95%. We also have a few fillers, microcrystalline cellulose, which is probably just the shell itself. And we have the shell itself, which is made out of plants, and there is hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. So it's basically cellulose, as I understand it. You should take it with water, a full glass of water, and you should not do more than a capsule or ingest more than a capsule a day. So we open up the package. Since I already recorded this video without sound, it's already opened up, otherwise it would have been an unboxing. So this is what the capsules look like. There also has been a different listing, or is a different listing of the same company on Amazon, and it's called organic, or in German bio, and it has a different potency. So it's not just extract, but it's more on the turmeric powder side, as I understand it, and it has a potency of only then a total of 5.7 grams of turmeric powder, which then might not be as useful as just taking this. And since this is so concentrated, it only is necessary to take 1 capsule of these, which I think is very beneficial, because if you take other supplements and the other one actually had bigger capsules, I think, and you should have taken 6 capsules in a given day from the other one. So therefore I think 1 is just better, and therefore if I think about what will make it more likely that I actually take something, it's not taking 6 capsules and bigger capsules, but it's taking 1 capsule that might be beneficial, but only if I actually take it. So if I take it consistently. Now the main reason I actually am taking it is because of the supposed benefits on longevity. I also did have some problems with allergy in my youth, which also seem to have been slightly lower, but I also do something like that is called immunotherapy. I also in the last years slightly, then more and more reduced my carb intake, and this also seems to have an effect on my allergy. In addition, I had symptoms on my fingers, which in winter, whenever they get very cold, they actually began to swell at certain parts, not the joints, but the skin began to swell, and often I couldn't properly use my fingers, especially for playing the guitar and so on and so forth. Of course, now if I would make any correlation between taking turmeric or not, and specifically because I have taken it so inconsistently, I think it would not make any sense to make up some anecdotal story about, oh yeah, I took this and then this appeared. What I can say is that in the recent years, there have been several tendencies in multiple areas of my life, which might have resulted in me being slightly less reactive in terms of allergy, and also seemingly this has not been an issue that much, but this also probably has to do with a lot of other factors. So in short, I probably cannot find out any benefits of taking turmeric, because I would have to take a lot of data, and even then it would only maybe be anecdotal, and it also would be only me and not a general data. So basically, in terms of scientific validity, this would be nonsense. In total now, or let's just say in terms of finances, this is also something that might be interesting. This is $17.99 in terms of euros, so it might be similar priced in other countries, and since the dollar and the euro currently are very similar, it might be similarly priced. The $17.99, since this lasts 4 months, equate to 15 cents, euro cents a capsule, and if we then take the whole thing and order it from Amazon with a subscription, then this equates to slightly less, about 14.3 cents, I think, when I calculated it. The bottle then sells for 17.09 cents. In total, I do need to find another bottle for my supplement stack. Another reason for taking this and not the other one was that whenever you travel, you might want at least the main supplements to take them with you, because the main idea of taking a supplement is that you take it usually and consistently. So by having something that requires 6 capsules, for example, that makes it slightly less travel and portable, travel friendly and portable. So in total, this was about adding turmeric or curcumin capsules to my supplement stack.